These are 5 hospital policies that are not rooted in evidence at all.
Okay, John Hamilton, I have a couple questions. Um, like, two very important questions. One is about the cervical checks. When do they, need to be performed?
Hello, buddy. What a great question. And I'm going to give you a question that you can ask to find out if a cervical check is necessary. There are times when a cervical check is absolutely necessary. And there are times that cervical checks are done out of curiosity. Just to see, check it out, check on things, which you can consent to or not. Here is the question that you are going to ask if you want to know if a cervical exam is being done because it needs to happen or because we're just curious as what your cervix is doing. Will the cervical exam change my plan of care? And if so, if yes, it's going to change the plan of care, what would it change? And upon hearing that, you can also consent or not based on what that plan of care change would be. For instance, if your water has broken, you got your cervix checked an hour or two ago, and they're just wanting to check and see if your cervix has changed, but you are having consistent painful contractions, and they say, well, yeah, it's going to change the plan of care because if you're the same, we're going to start Pitocin, and you wouldn't want Pitocin anyways, you can say, actually, I am so good. Here are times that a cervical exam is going to be important. Number 1. You can consent or not, but it's going to be very difficult for you to be admitted to the hospital for labor if they don't check your cervix. It's just the way it is. You can absolutely consent or not, but it's gonna be a battle, okay? So if that is a battle you want to fight, absolutely fight it. But I just want you to know that is it's gonna be hard. So usually if you're coming in for labor, they want to check your cervix when you get there and then check your cervix an hour or two later to see if there's cervical change, because you can have painful, consistent contractions that are not causing your cervix to change. Next, if your baby all of a sudden is acting a fool and is being not so nice, gonna be important for them to check and make sure that the cord has not come out in your vagina, okay? Because that's an obstetrical emergency. Next, they may want to check the presentation of your baby to see, is the head coming down first? Is it the butt coming out first? Before they would give you an induction medicine, because we don't want to induce somebody whose baby is not in a good position to come out. We can do that with a bedside ultrasound. There may be an extra charge for a bedside ultrasound, but I just want to tell you that is another time that they may want to check your cervix. If we are placing an induction medicine, if we are breaking your water, if we are placing any kind of internal monitor, all of those are times that their fingers have to be inside of you. But other than those times that we already know about, you can ask the question, how will the cervical exam change my plan of care? And then if it's going to, you can ask them what that plan of care change might be and go from there. So the medical reason we don't want to just keep putting our hands inside people is because every time we do that, even though we use sterile gloves, sterile lube, we could still introduce naturally occurring bacteria that's on your lady lips inside of you, and that can increase your risk of infection, which is why we should be very judicious in the times that we do check a cervix. And it's also the reason I am not a fan of timed cervical exams for curiosity's sake. So yeah, that's a good way that you can kind of find out, are we doing this for fun? Or are we doing this because we really need to do it?